Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Salsadifa Nabila. My student number 21030500039. Today I want to review journal about vocabulary self-collection strategy. Is it effective to improve vocabulary mastery achievement on senior high school student? Well, without wasting the time, let me begin. Abstract. The purpose of this research is to find out whether there is a difference significant in vocabulary mastery among the student being taught using the strategy of gathering vocabulary yourself and those being taught using conventional methods. The study used approach quantitatively with a quasi-experimental design experimental method. Furthermore, based on the result of the engine test, it was found that the vocabulary collection strategy itself more effective than conventional methods. Introduction. Thinking about the importance of vocabulary mastery, it is necessary to learn with the right strategy so that student vocabulary mastery can be improved. This is supported by Kavipour and Nave, who argue that the use of learning method is very important in the process of mastering vocabulary and very dependent on the learner effort. The vocabulary learning method is a part of a language learning strategy that has received a lot of attention since the late 19th and 70s. When learning words independently, vocabulary strategy are specific instructional instruments and methods for doing so directly or explicitly as a widely self-learning ability needed to do so. What in Janssen research certain elements to ensure the acquisition of accurate vocabulary knowledge. 1. Repeated exposure, which implies the student have to find new words in various conditions from time to time. Therefore, introduced as a new appearance as a part of a story, them or regular subject in a curriculum. 2. Important context. Namely, the word used in a vocabulary mastery should be associated as much as possible with life or student experience. 3. Prior expertise. Namely, in the context of the word and idea are recognized, new word must be conditionally conveyed. As students to make a list of the things they know about the subject beforehand introduce a new word. 4. Link, illustrating, or incorporate the relationship between a new word and a well-known word or concept. 5. Conceptual clue and dictionary that students use to find words which are less or well known in the context of sentence or paragraph. And 6. Students will look up a word in the dictionary must be combined with the way they learn, recite, and use it. That is when they come up with a new phrase to see it, speak it, and use it in writing or spoken context. And next, method. Quantitative approach with a quasi-experimental design as used for this study. To collect data, this research requires instrument use a vocabulary test. This is related to the receptive or productive ability of a language overall. The test is divided into pre-test and post-test. They are made in the form of multiple choice item with 5 choices for each item. The test is given for 60 minutes. And then, before giving the post or after giving the pre-test, treatment is carried out. It's a good teaching and learning process class experimental and control class using VSS for 6 meeting. Data that collected during this test were analyzed using descriptive statistics to determine vocabulary, fluency, student before and after treatment, and influential statistics to determine whether there is large difference in vocabulary fluency among the students who have learned to apply self-collecting. Finding and discussion. Because the study used tests as research instrument, this research do pre-test first, then do the treatment, and finally do post-test. 30 multiple choice test item must be answered by students to determine achievement. Then, before and after the application of VSS in vocabulary master, although research only focus on achieving student vocabulary master through VSS, where the purpose of VSS is to enable vocabulary mastery in a long-term length. But several studies also prove that VSS is effective in student learning abilities, motivation to learn vocabulary, and behavior. Motivating students to learn vocabulary because they don't feel bored and enjoy the class, and actively participate in learning. Result support statement from Tompkins that VSS is an interesting means of motivating students to build academic and special vocabulary. And the last is conclusion. Based on the final result of data analysis as presented early in the analysis descriptive, supported through hypothesis testing and effectiveness testing. This study concludes that there is significant difference in the attainment of vocabulary proficiency among students with those taught in English, self-taught vocabulary collection strategy, and the self-taught conventional approach. From the final result of the engine test, it can be seen that the average value of the experimental class 47.75% and the control class is 25.11%. Seeing the result of each group, the study suggests using a self-collecting vocabulary strategy teaching vocabulary because it is a better to improve the achievement of vocabulary mastery student than conventional methods. Alright, I think that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. Good afternoon everyone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.